Welcome to Violin Adventures number 150. And thank you to all of you. We're almost to 1,000 views. Let's get into our next episode. We get a lot of work done on a violin that we are calling the Disgusting Antique Unfinished Violin. Also, progress is moving forward on the cello. So here we go. Let's go into the machine room and get this top cut out. Since we've been weighing it, why don't we weigh the top too and see? This probably won't be as dramatic because it's a lighter wood, spruce, but let's weigh it and see what it is now. Okay, we'll start with 4 pounds. Wow, it's over 8 pounds. This one feels so much lighter. Okay, there's 8. Nine, 10, no. Okay, I'm gonna put the 4 pound on, that's 12. Okay, so 8 and the 2 pound is 10 and 11. And then, whoops, let's see. Okay, that's it right there. So 11 pounds and 6 ounces. Now, what did we just cut off today? Let's find out. So we took off, it's according to this, 3 pounds and 5 ounces. Yes, it is exactly. So what we have left here is 8 pounds and 1 ounce. So official measurement, when we started, we had 11 pounds and 6 ounces. Today we took off 3.5 pounds and we are now at 8.1 pounds. We're going to take our violin out of intensive care and see what we can do. So here's the violin. When we opened it up, we found that it hadn't been finished. It had just been quickly put together, made to look like a violin on the outside, but on the inside, very, very thick. Also, this top is very flat, and there are a lot of cracks in the surface from the varnish cracking. You can see all the tiny cracks in the varnish. So I'm going to go ahead and carve out the back of this top and get the thicknesses down. So here we go. Okay, with the base bar out, we're going to find out how thick this is. It's about 5 or 6 millimeters thick most of the places. It's really different. Here's 5.5 and 2.5 and 6, 4, 2.5. Okay. The carving on here was very sloppy, but I don't blame the person who carved it. He was probably hired and just told to carve it out and maybe had a time limit, maybe had to do it in 2 or 3 minutes, and he didn't know anything about violin. The tone and then start carving. So it does have some tone that gives me hope that this labor is not in vain. Oh no, you guys. Guess what I'm finding? I am finding worm damage. And now I can see it on the top. There is worm damage. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna call this the hopeless violin, but we're still gonna see if we can give it some hope. There is worm damage all over this. Now that I got the top layers off, I'm uncovering tunnels, but we're still thick. So let's see what happens when we get all the way down. Okay, I've been carving away on this poor violin, and what did I find? But many, many, many. It's riddled with wormholes up and down. I have most of the graduations down to where they should be, and if we look up close, look at all the worm damage. All of this, all the way down. Now, the good thing is this is the end of one. There was some worm here, but a lot of it is gone because it was too thick. But here you can see lots and lots of it going on here all the way to the end. So, okay, we've graduated the top, and here's how it sounds. So it's got a good tone. What I would like to do now is see what's going on the top of this violin before I fill all these tunnels. Here's our cello, and I'm going to go around the edges and try to just take down a lot of the extra wood. Okay, here's the disgusting violin from maybe the late 1800s or early 1900s. We'll call it the disgusting antique unfinished violin. So here we are. I put little pieces of wood in all the holes and tunnels that I could, and right now it looks terrible. You can see all these ugly pieces of wood sticking up. So I'm going to take this down. Okay, we've scraped up all the repairs, and let's see how it's sounding. So it's got a good sound. But this is where you have to have patience. You have to have patience and just do it right. And I know sometimes when you're exhausted and you don't feel like it, still it pays to take that extra pain and extra time to do it right. Then you'll always feel better about it in the end. Now time to clean up the back. Okay, the back here, I was working on it a little bit, brushing out all the dirt, and in the corners here, it almost seems like dried out mold, or maybe the dirt molded. but all the little corners are full of what seems like mud and what scrapes away. So I'll show you a little bit of what I'm doing. I'm going to try and hold my camera with one hand and manipulate the tools with the other. We'll see how this goes. But right in here is just layers and layers of awful junk. I know we need better light. See that there though? All of that junk in there. We got to get this all off. You know, I need some way to hold the camera right in front of me so you can see what I'm doing. But the crazy thing is, see, all of this dirt in here, and they put their crazy little label on top of the dirt. That's so ridiculous. And this label is the biggest lie, so we will be taking it off too. There, I rigged up a little setup here where I can set the camera down and you can watch all of this mud in here. And then we're going to take out this naughty label, which is a complete lie. And it looks like they really glued it in here. There we go. Let's get this lie out of here. Yeah, look at how dirty it is underneath. They just laid that label right on top of all the dirt from the years of sitting somewhere. And they throw in a label like that. Makes you wonder if they did that for an auction. Put a fake label in for an auction and hoping someone won't know the difference. We're going to take this dirty thing to the sink and give it a good wash down. We want this seam to open up anyway. It's already open down here. We want all of this to open up so that we can put it back correctly. Well, look at that. After a good washing, this is actually beautiful. Beautiful wood. Here's where the label, the old label was, and here was where the new fake label was. Some of the repair around here was done with Elmer's glue, so I'm going to wipe that off while I can. But just look how beautiful this is. This is a beautiful piece of wood. Freddie wants to chat.
Hi, I Freddie, and this is my corner of the violin. And so Mrs. Jacobson sent me a project that she worked on for somebody. It's a baby carrier that you can hang in your car. That's really nice. So here it is.
Faye says this is a car storage for babies. She saw it on a baby registry and she could not find it anywhere else or even a pattern for it. So she used the dimensions and made up her own pattern. It is hung on the headrest between the front and middle or back seat, and it can be folded up real small too.
And I'm supposed to give a shout out to one of you guys out there. You just did your first bow rehair. Wow. But I don't know your name, so you can leave your name in the comments below. Well, thanks for sending in your projects, and please keep sending them in because I like this section of the video is my favorite. Okay, bye.
The Hebrew Minute. Ani ladodi vadodi li. I am my beloved's, and my beloved's is mine. If you know where this is found, please leave it in the comments below. And this has to do with the Hebrew month that we're in now. Here it is, Friday afternoon, bright and sunny. and we're in about the 70s and 80s lately. Here in the shop, we have 2 projects going on. The first is our cello table. We're starting a new mountain range of wood chips. And over here is our 100-year-old disgusting unfinished violin. And we're hoping it's going to be a diamond in the rough, right? So here we've taken off the varnish. At this point, I still want to do some more work on the holes, but the tone is good. And here's the back. After we cleaned it up, it's just looking very beautiful. So I'm going to work some more on this. Thank you so much for watching and for all your wonderful comments. And thank you for sending Freddie your projects. And thanks for subscribing. And until next time, God bless you. Bye.